So the first thing I want you to do is grab your sponge brush and just grab a little bit of the blue acrylic on an angle of the sponge brush. As you see, I only put it on one corner of the sponge brush. That's all you really need. So start by swiping left to right, and we're going to fill up that whole top section with blue acrylic. Once you're done with that, I'm going to grab a little bit of pink on the angle of the sponge brush. Remember, I'm using the other side. And once I do that, I'm going to swipe left to right. Now I'm going to dip and grab a little bit of the pink again, and I'm going to start filling in the bottom. Only with the pink side, because I believe we have enough blue at the top, so continue blending in the pink. Don't worry about the little bits that aren't colored. We can always go back to fill it in like I'm doing. And be sure to turn the brush to get the proper color for that specific side of the canvas. Now go ahead and clean that brush off. Now we're going to grab our brush and dip it into the yellow paint, and we're going to start painting left to right and filling in about, I would say, the middle section in all yellow. Don't worry about blending the pink and the yellow. We'll do that right after. Now grab the same brush that you're using without cleaning it and dip it into the pink. Now we're going to start blending in that little gap that we have between the pink and the yellow. Start moving your brush all the way down. We're going to start blending that into the yellow. You're going to notice the color is going to start changing into a light orange. Now let's take our brush and dip it into the orange acrylic paint, and we're going to do the same thing to the last gap at the bottom. Start stroking your brush left to right. Now let's go ahead and put our brush into our black acrylic paint, and we're going to put a nice little skinny strip at the bottom lightly. Now let's go ahead and swap our sponge brush to our painting brush. Now I want you to grab that brush and dip it into the black acrylic paint. And the first thing you're going to do is start to draw a skinny line all the way up. Now we're going to slowly thicken our tree by adding another line right next to it. Notice how I'm taking my time and slowly thickening our branch. I'm going to start widening the bottom of our log with the black acrylic paint. If you notice that the stick that you drew is slightly faded, go ahead and grab a little black acrylic and darken it lightly. Now we can go ahead and start drawing our branches. There's no specific placement for the branches. You can just start adding them randomly on our tree. But if you want to follow along where I put the branches, you can. But remember, all trees are different, so there's no right or wrong doing this. When you're drawing your branches, the trick to it is you want to lightly start drawing a line and slowly wiggle the end. Notice how when I'm doing it, I'm putting it and I'm slowly wiggling lightly the end to resemble the branch. Once you painted a few branches on your tree, you can start drawing more branches on top of the branches that you already painted. I'm just going to start wiggling some smaller branches on the long branch that I drew. So slowly put a line and wiggle that out like this. Wiggle a small one in like this. I'm going to wiggle little branches around it. There's no right or wrong way to do this. So just start piling on a bunch of branches. We want to make sure that we make our tree very full. So now I'm going to the other side and I'm going to begin drawing more branches. So remember, draw a little line and wiggle. Some of them kind of resemble maybe little forks or little pitchforks. So draw the line and wiggle the end. Again, you can follow the way I'm doing it or just go ahead and start painting your own branches. Once you get to the top of the tree, you want to start drawing small little branches. That's what's going to connect it and make it look very, very full. So again, just follow along with what I'm doing and we're going to draw little branches all over the longer branches that we did paint. I'm going to begin outlining the rest of my tree. I just want to darken up the log a little bit. And also I'm going to just repaint the bottom of the black that we have because I want it very dark. Once you're done with that, go ahead and clean off that brush. We're going to go to the next part. We're going to dip our brush into our white paint and we're going to start drawing our moon. So I'm going to go by the yellow half and I'm going to draw the moon. You can start off by kind of doing the shape of a wide N and then draw a line across. And then begin slowly filling in your moon. And just like that, you're all done. I hope you had fun painting with Splash Lab and we can't wait to see your creation.